Tuning your human biofield. Tuning your human biofield. Good morning, collective. I love you. You're doing a fantastic job. You're so magnificent, and we love you so much. You're an amazing person, and you do the right things, and you trust your moral compass, and you don't hurt people, and you are finding joy. Yes. Hello, collective. Good morning. How are we doing today? I hope we're doing well. You know what? Let me do a little ding-a-ling on my... that didn't sound right. Let me do a little ding. Sorry. That was inappropriate. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Hello, good morning. We are so happy to be here with you. My name is Patience. I am your host of Spirit News here on all platforms. That's right. We're so happy. We're on all platforms. We're on Spotify, Amazon Music, iTunes, Podcast, iTunes, iHeartRadio, YouTube. Come through, Spirit. Spirit is getting us out there, and we're so grateful to be able to be of service. We are a childhood psychic that was born this way. We cannot help the way we were born. We believe here at Spirit News that everybody's psychic. Everybody's psychic. Everybody's had intuitive hits where you knew you shouldn't hang out with someone, or you knew someone was going to call, or you knew that recipe that you didn't even know was inside of you, and it turned out fantastic when you made it because you trusted what you were listening to and the guidance that you were being given while you're cooking it. Yes, that is what we have labeled as a human psychic. But really what it is our non-physical energy, which we are first and foremost, and we never stop being non-physical energy, inhabiting a human vessel, just like Avatar. Basically, oh my gosh, that's so funny that I just mentioned Avatar, because that's gonna really, that kind of goes with the dream I had, or a part of the dream I had. I don't know if these dreams are connected, but there was like this one big long dream I had. Hello, hello, sir. Hello to you. And I don't know if they're connected. It could be two different stories, but you're non-physical energy first and foremost. You're not human. You decided in your non-physical energy, in your perfected state of consciousness, to have a human experience. You're here to have a temporary, limited experience so you can remember who you are. So we're here as a spirit medium, as a childhood psychic, honoring her gift, here to learn it, because I stopped using it at a very young age because it was scary and I didn't want people to judge me and I didn't want to be rejected. And so I am here to show you how it's done, not to do it my way or how I do it, but to show you that it's being done. Voyager, if you're going to be naughty, if you're going to ask inappropriate questions, I'm going to get you out of here. But if you want to stay, you can stay. I'm going to give you one more chance, okay? You can stay for the heals and feels and the message, because we want to welcome all. We do not want to reject anybody. But if you're going to be inappropriate and yucky, then I have to get you out, okay? So one more chance, buddy. Okay, so I wanted to do a dream interpretation because I had a wacky dream last night, and it was interesting. It was very interesting. I love dreaming. Dreaming is fantastic. Dreaming is when you actually restart your energy field, where you can, any momentum that you've acquired during the day of negative thoughts or negative emotions, you can always restart when you turn your consciousness off, when you're not conscious while you're sleeping. And hello, Chris. I'm sorry I'm married already. But thank you for asking. And so when we dream when well, ever since I was little, dreaming has been like a magical experience for me. A magical experience for me. I've never had a reoccurring I've never had a reoccurring dream. I have many dream journals. I write a lot of my dreams down. Well, I don't have a problem that I think you can help with, and I wouldn't put any of my problems on you to help me with. So thank you so much for saying that you can help me. I appreciate you. So I'm going to try not to be too distracted. There's a distracting energy here. Here, let me clear it. Let me clear it. Let me clear it. Crystals. So, I did a psalm. I opened up to a psalm, and it kind of goes with the dream, and I was like, that's interesting. And I'm almost embarrassed to say this dream, because it's wildly inappropriate, kind of like the questions over here. I often have the same dream over and over. Oh, hello, Risky Romeo. Yeah, I've never had a recurring dream. And what I know, what Spirit tells me about reoccurring dreams is if you are having one, that it usually is due to some kind of block or some kind of emotion that needs to be looked at, something that needs to be looked at. I'm just moving. I'm sorry. I felt a little energy of distraction, so I'm just kind of moving my crystal around, moving the energy. It's just, don't worry about it. This is just the thing I'm doing for myself. Don't worry about that. I'm just moving some energy around. So, let me tell you the dream I had, okay? And I'm kind of embarrassed to say it. So, the first part of this dream, which I think this is more on like, this could possibly be more on like a macro scale, like a bigger scale of something that could be occurring in the collective. And this is and I don't know if it's metaphorical, literal, if parts of it are, I don't know. I'm just going to say it, and we're going to do the reading and try to interpret it with Spirit through the cards and through the messages. All the time. Thank you, Spirit. So, the first part of the dream was about this millionaire. And you got to stop distracting people. Someone's distracting me with some kind of weird energy. Oh my gosh, my coffee's so good today. Okay, so there was the first part of this dream. Brendan Fraser had Brendan Fraser in it. That actor, Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser was this cajillionaire, like one of the richest men in the world or something. And he had this company that was like a high-tech company, and he had all of these inventions, all of these different kinds of inventions, and he had one in particular that was really popular, that the world benefited from and had or used. And I went to his I'm pretty sure this was astrally because he couldn't see me. I went to, because nobody could see me, I astrally went to his main laboratory, and I saw him doing experiments, and they were like energy experiments. They were playing with energy, and there was like neon blue. The energy was, oh my gosh, kind of like the picture I chose for the thumbnail of this video, with that blue smoke light coming out of the book. There's something that he found in a book or some kind of information he found about energy harvesting. And he found a way through his technological company to find a way technologically to separate your astral body from, or your consciousness from your vessel, which is why the avatar, I said avatar in the beginning. He found a way to do that, but he's been abusing it. There's it's like nobody knows that he's created this technology, and he's been abusing it by spying on people, by making people do things in the collective that they wouldn't normally do, by making people act kind of crazy, or take, become more alcoholic, or become like more mentally unstable, or things like that, even like committing crime and stuff. And so I was watching him and how he was doing it, and I saw him lay down and put this machine thing on his head, and it started lighting up, and then it just looks like he's sleeping, but I was in my astral form, so I could see how it looked when he separated his astral form from his body. And I saw him, doing all kinds of things. And then there's a part of the dream that spirits blocked off from me remembering, but I do remember me taking steps to get him caught, and he did get caught. So that was the first part of my dream. Okay. And then, hey boy, good morning. Love you so much. And then the second part of the dream was I was astrally looking, or being shown an experience of my coworkers, there is a certain coworker that I used to work with back when I worked at a makeup store. And I'm not saying it was her, but I'm saying spirit was showing me that this is a coworker, or somebody that you saw every day, or something like that. But something's about to happen to them that's it ain't gonna be good for them. Because what spirit showed me was this coworker partying, like getting just hammered. Like, I've never seen somebody so intoxicated. With one friend in particular, it may have started like at a bar or something, but these two friends that possibly work together with you go back to their house or wherever, and they continue the party, and they're two women, and I don't know why this is significant, and I don't know, I'm just gonna say it because it was part of the dream, and it was just something that was like brought to my attention. But they both have like smaller breasts. I don't know, there's nothing wrong with that, but these two women in particular, because I saw them doing crazy things with each other, like just annihilated, doing just the craziest things. Like, I'm so embarrassed to say it. They were playing with so embarrassed to say it. They're playing with their own shit with each other, and they were doing like sexual things with each other, but they're also taking pictures of each other doing this action. So the dream was basically showing me that these two people have been doing like the wildest, craziest, nastiest things together, drunk, annihilated beyond comprehension, taking pictures. There's actual photos of them doing things like this. And then, so in the dream, I was watching them do these things astrally, and then it like fast forwarded to us being at work, and the stark difference of how I'm getting stuffy. The stark difference of how they acted, knowing that they did these weird, crazy things, was like mind blowing to me. Like, I could not even look at them the same. I couldn't stop thinking about knowing what they did. I know what you did last summer. And they don't like you, and they're so rude to you, or this one coworker so rude to you, and she acts really nice to your face, but if you knew the things that she does, there's something that make Spirit said Caitlin, and what was the name they said before? Nicole. Spirit said Nicole and Caitlin. It's like this person doesn't like you for whatever reason, I don't know yet. And I could tell she didn't like you because the way that the energy she was projecting, wow, she's being nice to your face, but really, like, the energy never lies. And I'm reading energy all the time. And Spirit said all the time. And she doesn't like you. But if you knew what she was doing, playing with poo with her friend, rubbing it on each other's bodies, even like putting it on each other's face like it's a face mask, it was like really nasty. And there's pictures of this somewhere, and there's something about the pictures coming to light or something. Okay, so then I said, I woke up, I was like, what the hell is this? What is this message? So then I opened up Psalm 75, and I asked Spirit, I said, please tell me what this is. And I opened up to Psalm 75, God, the judge of the world. So something about judgment. God is calling judgment on certain individuals who may be abusing technology, who may be abusing spirituality, who may be freedom, who may be abusing people who are free-spirited, who are innocent. So it says, we thank you, God. We give thanks. We call upon your name. We declare your wonderful deeds. I will choose the time. You said, I will choose the time, I will judge fairly. Though the earth and all its inhabitants quake, I make steady its pillars. So I say to the boastful, do not boast. To the wicked, do not raise your horns. Do not raise your horns against heaven. Do not speak with a stiff neck. For judgment comes not from east or from west, not from the wilderness or the mountains, but from God who decides, who brings some low and raises others high. Yes, a cup is the Lord's hand, foaming wine, fully spiced when God pours it out. They will drain it into the dregs. All of the wicked of the earth will drink, but I will rejoice forever. I will sing praise to the God of Jacob, who has said, I will cut off the horns of the wicked, but the horns of the righteous will be exalted. Yeah, so something about some kind of judgment. So I'm not sure what these coworkers did. I mean, obviously, if you want to play in poo, sure, go ahead. You can do whatever you want. But it's something with you. Something, I don't know what it is yet, but there's some, like, connection to you that, God was kind of like, this person's in no place to be, judging you or being wicked towards you or something. This person's in no place to be in that position to do that when they're doing, things like that. So we'll see what that means. I'm just over here learning how to read energy. So let me see. I really like playing the trivia cards. I really like playing the trivia. It's like playing charades or something. Alright, let's see. Holy Divine Spirit, thank you so much for being here. I love you so much. I am so grateful for all the love, guidance, and support. Please be here with us for this message. What would you like us to know? Okay, I got a few. I got 2 brown. I'll do the brown ones first because, poo. Okay, that's funny. Okay. What group stepped out of character to record the Flower Power Classics Dandelion and She's a Rainbow? See, I told you, this could have been a group of people. I saw 2 in particular, but that doesn't mean someone wasn't holding the camera. It could be a group of 3. To record, see, they recorded this, the Rolling Stones. The Rolling Stones, yeah, they could have been stoned on something. They could have been drunken on some kind of drug that made them step out of character. And they did something that is out of character. Come through, Spirit. Oh, thank you everyone for being here. Good morning. Make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, so you get in the algorithm, so you get our messages. We try to bring messages, 11:1. We try to bring messages forward every weekend, twice a week, and post in between. So thank you so much for being here. We hope that it helps in any way, shape, or form. If you want to check out any of our socials or go to Spirit News, on all of the platforms, you can find it in the description bar through the link tree. We would love to have you on all our other socials so you can see what Spirit is bringing forward all the time. We try to upload daily. Okay, so what grand old Opry comedian provided the answers to Giddy Up Go? What grand old Opry comedian? So something they thought was funny, Minnie Pearl. Something they thought was funny to do to a pearl. Someone who's a pearl. They thought that it would be funny to do something. Or they thought something was funny at the time they did it. And it was like giddy up go, like it was done impulsively. It was done impulsively. Okay. I don't know if the dream was a single snapshot of like a night. So I don't know if this happened like all the time or if this was like a one-time occurrence. I'm not sure, but something they did to a pearl had them out of character. This group was out of character. Someone who's a rainbow, someone who's a flower, someone who's a classic person, someone who's in the upright. What's this say? What reggae star thundered, I don't need to go to church, I am a church. Someone who's spiritual. They themselves could be some kind of, like Jehovah's Witness or Mormon or some kind of like religion like that, where they have a very limited view of God, or they go to church. Bob Marley. Okay, we'll do pink now. Pink. What blues artist came into the world as William Lee Conley?
They secretly worship.
They secretly worship.
Evil is coming.
They secretly worship evil? These could be closet Satanists or something? Spirit just said they secretly worship. That's weird. What blues artist came into the world as William Lee Conley Brunzi? Big Bill Brunzi. Someone named Bill, maybe? Or William? Brunzi kind of looks like boozy. These could be heavy drinkers. They're definitely heavy drinkers. Blue. Someone named Blue? What blues artist came into the world? I'm not really sure I understand that one. Can I have another one, please? Can I have a clarification on that? I'm not really sure what you're saying with that. What Sheena Easton number sports the parenthetical title 9 to 5? Morning Train. Morning Train. What Sheena Easton number sports the parenthetical title 9 to 5? Didn't I tell you it was coworkers 9 to 5? Something about where you work. There's a group of people where you work that hang out, that do some kind of worship, and worship doesn't have to be like in a religious setting. It could be like they drink together a lot, so they kind of like worship alcohol, and they under alcohol they do really, immoral things that they're not, that are out of character, that they wouldn't do if they weren't drinking, that it could be a form of worship too. They could also come, let me just look the word up, because it doesn't, people will say worship in readings, and then people think they're doing like weird magic spells on people, and it doesn't have to be that specifically. What?
In the back room. Or
It said, I just tried to do Google and it said it was blocked. My Google's blocked? Okay, let's see. Worship definition.
Here's the definition of worship: the feeling or expression of reverence and adoration for a deity.
The feeling or expression of reverence or an adoration for a deity. Respectful devotion. Worshipping God means acknowledging and celebrating his power. Yeah, but Spirit said they secretly worship evil is coming. It kind of reminds me of, it makes me think about how certain things in the Bible, these could be people who are like Mormon or something, or like Jehovah's Witness. And I'm not saying those religions are wrong. There's a truth in all of them, but there's certain things that that people will take very literally in the Bible. For example, it says, burn, God told Abraham to burn something to kill his son to prove that he worships God. Well, from my experience, from what I'm being told, is from my spirit guides, is God would never ask you to do that. God knows your heart at all times. God does not need you to burn animals or kill people or do physical sacrifices to show that you worship him. And if anything it says to do that or asks you to do that, that's not God. So that's what this situation feels like. Like this is a coworker that has a very strong religious background, that goes to church, that may have done, that worships something that they believe in. But a lot of the things in the Bible also contradict, what an omnipresent God would want, and so that's what it kind of feels like, almost like coming up against somebody who's spiritual, who's like Bob Marley said. What did Bob Marley say? He said, I don't need to go to the church. I am the church, which is what Spirit has told me. You don't have to go to a church to believe in God, because your body is the church. Your body is the altar. And so you can go to church and be with your community. That's fine. But you don't have to do it to believe in God. And this person says, if you don't go to church, then you don't believe in God. Then, or you know what I'm saying? Oh, Haji, hi. So that's what it kind of feels like. Spirit said 1910s. Thank you, Spirit. God is everywhere you go. God's everywhere you go. God is with you at all times. You don't have to go on one day a week to be connected to God. That is the age we're coming out of. We're going to the age of the heart consciousness, using your heart technology, where you can be connected with God at all times. There's no distinction. There's religions that say if you don't go to church every Sunday, then you're not a true worshiper of God, and that's not true. I could worship God every day right here by thanking him. The sacrifice that I make for God is self-discipline, self-control, taking care of my body, praying, meditating. Those are the sacrifices I make every day to be connected to God. You don't have to hurt anything or burn anything or kill anything or nothing like that. And if your religion's asking you to do that, you may want to question if that's something that fits what an omnipresent God would want. And I don't believe it is. So that's what the hatred is. It has to do with spirituality and religion. That's why this coworker doesn't like you. You're spiritual, but there's something they've been doing I don't think God would want you to be playing with poo the way that these people are playing with it. And they were completely annihilated. Like, I don't drink. I'm allergic to alcohol, so I'm not really familiar. I mean, I've seen drunk people, but not a lot. Not at this level. I've never encountered 144, so I'm not super familiar with, like, what that looks like. But these people were annihilated. Like, this says right here, out of character. Okay? I kind of been drawn to Sophocles, so we'll see. We'll see what, I don't know why. Spirit, tell me. What do you want me to know? What else? Our 7 gates were their 7 stations. And standing against our own, the 7 captains, who were churned by Zeus and ran. Spirit said jogger, and I just said ran. A Gemini. And to Zeus abandoned their bronze squadrons, but on either side 1 man remained out of hatred.
That room is haunted.
Hatred. Seed of one father. Spirit said Dalton, Nicole, and a Gemini. But on either side 1 man remained out of hatred, seed of one father, birth from one mother. Planted spears against each other, and both of them conquered, sharing a twin death. Oh, shit. He who had raved drunk raged to attack. I told you, I cannot make it up, you guys. I can't make it up. Who had howled with sweeps of the wind of hatred fell baffled. And the grand war god, and Spirit said war. I have it right here. Let me show you. Let me just prove it to you. Let me just prove it to you. It says war right there.
Leave me alone.
It says war right there. And this says, someone drunk, rabid drunk, raged to attack, who had howled with sweeps of the wind of hatred fell baffled, and the grand war god allotted the rest their own dooms, pressed as they failed, gained us the contest. Swung and then fell, with the torch in his hand still on our land, struck, and the land returned the shock. Zeus hates the noise of a bragging tongue. When he saw them come against us in a great gush grandiose with splashing gold, he whirled fire, and the man who was rushing like a racer to the goal on the heights of our battlements and was signaling victory, Zeus hurled him down with that fire. But then nothing, now he has gone, fled the war god's crash, snared in flight by the war god, futile to have struggled with dragon Thebes. A gullet gaping dry for a fill of our blood, fires ready to catch our wreath of towers. This is interesting because this could be, I don't know who this is for, and I'm just going to say what I'm getting. There could have been, it says our 7 gates were the 7 stations. There could have been up to 7 different people or 7 different groups of people that, and I just got a confirmation. I just got a notification that that hate you, that hate, the hatred of one man remained, of one person, out of that all hate of one person because of something they're doing, some kind of spirituality, something spiritual they're doing. 7 different people or 7 different groups, like small groups. It could, one group could be family, one group could be work, one could be a friend group, something like that. They, a lot of, there's one person who gets rabid drunk, or I don't know, a few people who get drunk. They do something when they get drunk, because they hate you out of the wind of hatred. They may have called upon, this might be the, and Spirit said in a desperate attack, in a desperate act, someone who hates you with like rage, like I don't know if I've ever hated anything to that degree. It feels so yucky. They did something drunk, like they drink all the time and they get into a drunken rage and they get people to do something, to rage war. They call upon some kind of deity or something, to bring someone to their doom. But they failed. They failed. And it says seed of one father, birth from one mother. So it could be a sibling that sparked this, like all of these people coming against you. Oh my gosh, that's the dream. That's part of the dream. So the millionaire is a metaphor for possibly a sibling. This sibling doesn't like you, and they may have been doing energy manipulation out of hatred for you. You may have a different father, but the same mother or something, and sharing a twin death.
Away. Flickering fluorescent lights.
Flickering fluorescent lights. They may be experiencing supernatural phenomenon because of something they did when they were drunk that was disgusting, out of hatred, out of rage. So this is what happened. Zeus hates the noise of a bragging tongue. Yeah, they thought something was funny by doing some kind of energy manipulation while they were drunk, and they got people in your life to come against you. They got people in your life to come against you. And so I don't know if you felt like no warmth of human touch.
Fish tank.
They didn't want anybody to be able to support you. And so they did some kind of energy. So it started with one person, but they called upon some kind of deity in a drunken rage, in a desperate act, because they can't stand your spiritual journey or something you're doing that's spiritual. And they're very like, I don't know, Catholic or something. They thought it was funny. They've been doing something to you for a long time because they thought it was funny. Zeus hates the noise of a bragging tongue. They may have had some evidence or been bragging about how they do this, because I don't know, they thought it was cool or something. They think it's funny. So they did energy manipulation. So your coworkers, your friends, your family members, anybody who you're close to would not like you. So if you had an experience where there were people in your life who started to like back away from you or not want to talk to you, all of a sudden, you just felt like nobody or people started hating on you. It was your sibling. It was something your sibling did, to some kind of energy they called upon to, out of hatred, to bring you to your doom, but they failed and you gained the contest because there's no reason for anyone to hate you. They put people under some kind of spell or something. Yeah. to come to hate you. So there's probably people in your life that has to do with the dream. So in the dream, this millionaire was abusing spirituality or abusing the ability to leave your body, and they were making people do things that they wouldn't normally do, and out of character, that making people do things out of character. And any of your friends that already have some kind of addictive personality, that are already drinking or already partaking in in drinking or drugs or anything, they're going to be even more susceptible to the energy manipulation that this person was projecting to everyone in your life. So I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't do magic. I don't know how it works or anything. But what I see is a bubble around you. And so when this sister's doing this magic, people are, it was almost like, it's almost like God allowed these people to not see you correctly, to not see you the way that you really are or something. Because also you had to see that certain people in your life weren't for you. You're very spiritual. You could be very like accepting almost to a fault. You like see the good in people, even if you don't know what they're doing behind your back, kind of thing. And so there are people in your life that matched your sister or your siblings' energy. It says the seed of one father, birth from one mother. So I'm just going to say sibling, but sister just came out, so it could be a sister. You guys have different fathers. She wanted everyone to see you that way, so anyone who matched her energy, she gets drunk. And Anna, oh my gosh, Anna. And look, I wrote Anna. Spirit just said Anna, and I wrote Anna right here. Oh shit. You guys, I can't make it up. Look. Anna. And I had wrote Anna before I started because that's the name I got. Oh, Spirit. Oh, so they were twinning. They were mirroring each other's energy, so that's why they were susceptible to this energy manipulation. But God wanted that. God wanted them to not see who you really were, because it puts a mirror up to them to show them that they match this energy, that they already matched it. They already had very similar hatred towards you because of your spirituality. Okay. Spirit, what should I have some new cards, so I don't know, should I use them? Okay, I will. So, what happened, so what's gonna happen now? There's something that's coming out now that everybody's starting to see, and it could be affecting, there could be some kind of supernatural events happening to these people because they called upon something supernatural to come to you, is what I'm getting, and it didn't come to you because you had some kind of bubble around you. So they were trying to make you experience some kind of instability, conflict. They could potentially still be doing that. And that's why God's calling judgment upon them, because he's getting tired of these people. It's like a group of people, group of friends, a narcissist. A narcissist, someone who is full of themselves, someone who's unavailable and a waste of time. Someone who's realizing that everything they done was a waste of time, to an earth sign. Could also involve a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. It's time for them to let go and make room for the new, or you're doing this because you're moving on with your partner and they wanted you to get divorced, to Didn't Spirit say Gemini? Some kind of Gemini in reverse. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius in reverse. They could be in bad health now because something happened during the Mercury retrograde. Because they lied. They may have lied about you. Oh, they may have said that you're a gold digger and that you were going to be leaving them on a vacation and that you didn't want to be with your person anymore. That could have been the lie, that you were cheating on your person and that you're just using them. So that's why your partner may have created distance between you in them, emotionally or physically, because they weren't up for the challenge of the lie that was told. They may have pulled away from you with intimacy because of a love spell but now something's happening to them. It didn't work though, because they put some kind of love spell on your person. And now there's going to be some kind of confession that they don't want to give because they don't want this information to get out. Someone who's still figuring out their sexuality. They were trying to make someone not commit to you. Your sibling was jealous of your relationship. Interesting. Because they're a narcissist. They could be a fire sign.
We want to go.
We won't go.
Anna is exploring.
Anna is exploring, Spirit said. Anna may be exploring some other way. And whoever this is a narcissist. And so they're not able to see themselves the way that they're acting. And they're trying to find more ways to, I don't know, ruin your relationship or something, or ruin your life or something, or get you divorced. I don't know. Let's do hidden hearts, hidden secrets. Let's see what's hidden. So why does she keep going? Why is this coworker or sister or I don't know, why do they keep going? Why can't they stop doing this? They're under judgment now, and there's things happening to them that are supernatural that they wanted to happen to you. They could have done a love spell either on you or your person to make them walk away from you, but it didn't work. So now they're trying to look for more ways to, I don't know, they just don't like you. It's like weird. Karma. Oh, it's karma. Consequences, cause and effects, debt. They're going through karma. They're trying to find a way to not deal with their karma. Past life, deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons. These are past life people that they've done this before. They are not breaking the cycle. Ecstasy in reverse, chasing thrills, excitement, a good time. I told you what it used to be funny. They thought it was funny to do this to you. Something worked at one point. Something was working at one point, but it's not working anymore. Now it's a mystery. They're wondering why it's not working for you. Why is it happening to them? They don't know what's going on because they were trying to create conflict. They're trying to create differences and incompatibilities against you and your person. But they're coming to a realization, they're having an epiphany, an awakening. This forced them into some kind of awakening, that it's time for them to grow up. That it's time for them to grow up, that this has been the thing that has been keeping them from marriage, from commitment, from promises, from fidelity. This energy that they've been projecting out to you is coming back to them in that way. They wanted you to not be in your relationship, to divorce. Well, now they're repelling any love offers. They have no self-growth. They can't focus. They can't find purpose in their life. So instead of changing over a divine masculine, I cannot make it up. This is all due to a divine masculine. This is because of a man. Oh my God. They've been messing with energy manipulation, getting drunk, doing things they thought were funny to create conflict, and somebody
Unseen harbinger of dread.
unseen harbinger of dread.
Pharmacy.
Pharmacy. They could be addicted to some kind of pills or something. They can't find anyone to commit to them because they projected an energy to you to come against your family, to break your family up, and to get you divorced. They put a love spell on your person. They try to make people hate you. Now they're hopeless. They're sinking in despair and falling apart. And they're broken. They feel shattered because that's the karma. It's a cycle. They were doing something obsessively that they have to let go of now. They have to move on from because they're having an epiphany that that's the reason this mistake they made, why nothing's working out for them, why they're not free. They took a risk and now they're in some kind of emotional upheaval where they're unstable and they can't get past a feeling of bitterness and sorrow. They're stuck in that energy because they were shallow. They weren't receptive or empathetic to how it was going to affect you, and they thought it was funny, and because they're shallow and they're cursed now. They curse themselves. They curse themselves. I can't make it up, you guys. They cursed themselves. This whole group of people, because they matched the energy. They were able to be manipulated by the energy because they matched your siblings' energy that didn't like your relationship that you had. And so none of these people, the common thread that binded all these people together that made them susceptible to this energy is that you had a divine union. You had some kind of divine union. And it could be possibly a twin flame union or some kind of high level soulmate union that they were jealous of. They didn't like it. How did they know about this union or divine masculine? Yeah, they thought they had some kind of clarity about your relationship because they were lusting. They were lusting over your person. They wanted to chase your person. So they put a love spell on them to make them hate you and come to them.
Divining.
Divining. They were using divination. That's how they knew. Spirit said divining. They're using divination. They got some kind of tarot reading or something on you, which you cannot do. You cannot go if you go to a tarot reader and you say, I want to know about this person, tell me what to know. You can't do that. And if there's a reader out there who would do that for you and not say no, then just walk away from them because you cannot spy on people's energy. That's going against their free will, and you're breaking cosmic law. That in itself will curse you. Just like in the dream, the millionaire was used. Oh, that's what it is. That's what the dream was about. It could have been a metaphor for abusing spiritual divination. They're abusing divination. They saw that you had some kind of divine union, and they decided that wasn't fair. They got jealous, and they decided to project this energy to trap you and keep you tied down. They wanted to be deceptive. They didn't want you to know where it came from. They wanted you to be confused. They did it in silence. And then they stonewalled you. So they could have stopped talking to you if you have a sibling that stopped talking to you or was very distant with you. Yeah, because they have no boundaries. You decided there's something that happened. What happened? Let me see. How can I find that out? Consciousness? You raised your consciousness. There's some kind of transition you made to a higher level of consciousness where you chose yourself over love because you became sensitive, a gift. You may be psychic, or you may have Or you may have some kind of abilities or empathy. You're very empathic. You could feel when something wasn't right. So you decided you didn't want to allow it anymore. You didn't want to allow your sacral chakra to be in chaos. So you decided to move on and you became extraordinary. And you may have had, like I said, you had a bubble around you. It was a miracle. Everything they were doing to you, it didn't work. It went back to them and it was miraculous. And that's what confused them. Because you're dynamic. You chose to work on, yes, because you chose to work on your soul and you chose to work on your third eye. They were trying to stop you from seeing what they were doing, but you could see it. And you're a master manifester, and they were making sacrifices. They were making sacrifices against you to make you surrender, but you didn't. Because you're honest. Honesty is the best policy. You're honest. And so they were trying to make you out to be the bad guy. They said that you were a gold digger. They told your person that you were planning on leaving them and going on a vacation, and that you were going to leave them behind because you didn't love them anymore. But you were called onto some kind of mission, and you chose kindness. You chose kindness over hatred, and you knew what these people were doing to you, but you decided to be divine. You are a divine facet of the universe. Your spirituality, you had some kind of spirit guidance. I am a light of the world, and that's one reason why they came after you. So they tried to hex and curse you with witchcraft, but instead they hexed themselves. Hello. Thank you for being here. Sibling lives a tiny mind. It's really sad, honestly. Clear your karma. You may have cleared your karma. You're not in karmic debt. That's the bubble. That's the bubble. See, it's in a bowl. That's the bubble. When you clear your karmic debt and you're living in a divine energy where you're in Christ consciousness, nothing that matches this energy of hatred, of just hate. They just hate your... I clear my energy field. Yeah, it doesn't match it, and you're someone who's in the resistance. You're somebody who gets messages. You're somebody who is getting divinely guided, and you trust your intuition. And you may have been karma again. I cannot make it up. You may have been guided to clear your field and how to clean your energy. So you had freedom. Spirit said freedom. So you had freedom from these conflicts that were trying to change you or force you to change where you were at in your life. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. Interesting. Let's see who these people are. Maybe we can find out who these people are. My new cards. They're called archetype cards. Spirit, can you please tell me who these people are? One of them is... Some of them are your family. I don't know if we can get a little more detail. We'll see. I don't know. Sometimes Spirit doesn't want that much detail. At least for now. You know, it's like for God to know. Who are these people? Who's the main culprit? What's the archetype of the main person that came after you? The concealer, conceptualization specialist. Someone who wears makeup or someone who deals with makeup. Good morning, Pamela. Thanks for being here. The concealer, conceptualization specialist. Somebody who came up with this grand idea. They may have had people... They could have had people come against you based on a lie. Something that they concealed. Moth and flames, master and self-sacrifice. I told you. Some kind of sacrifice they made under the conceptualization of a lie. Some kind of specialist. They could... Maybe that's what they're called at their job, a specialist. The overthinkers, CEO of jumping to conclusions. Yeah, these people jump to conclusions about you based on this lie that this person told to sacrifice you. the mixed signal, and you don't want to lose them as a friend, so you have no clue what to do. Yeah, they may have not, whoever they told this lie to may have been mixed in the signal, like what they were saying didn't match your energy, but they don't know how to read energy or honor it, so they didn't want to lose this person as a friend, so they decided to just go along with it. The recyclist, CEO of Recycling Partnership, somebody who constantly is going back to their exes, trying to have relationships with their exes all the time. And I have CEO twice, and my dream was about a CEO of a company. So someone who's the life of the party. I told you, somebody who parties, somebody who drinks a lot, somebody who has to always be the center of attention, somebody who always has to have all of the people looking at them, someone who's a commitment phobe, someone who doesn't hide their disinterest in intimacy and often says, I'm not sure I'm on a relationship right now, someone who's a serial dater. Well, that's quite the message. So they're cursed now. You know, it's not funny. Library, Spirit said. It's not funny, but you have to laugh, because why on earth would you ever think that cursing somebody would equate to you getting some kind of reward? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense. If you're going around hating someone, telling lies about them, what did you think would happen? Why did you think that it would just that no judgment would be called upon you? Somebody who believes in God, who goes to church. Like, is this the actions of somebody who goes to church? I don't think God would approve. I just don't think so. So there's some kind of epiphany now where they're realizing what exactly is going on, and the time is up. Time's up. Time's up for something. They kept trying to change something by doing love spells. They could have done a love spell to try to get you to come to them. Like, maybe if you start talking to them, it would fix everything or something like that. Allowing. Yeah, but allowing in reverse. Spirit's not allowing these people to come near you, because first of all, you repel them because you're in totally different energies. These people were hating on you, and they still are. They're not coming in a heart space where they're actually like sorry for what they did. They're just coming to you because they think it would be easier. They think it would be easier for the karma that they're going through, because these people did a lot. It's like, I've never, I don't know, it's just the craziest feeling. I've never disliked somebody so much that I had to ruin their life. Magic. I told you, Spirit just said magic. These people were doing strange things. They were getting drunk, playing with poop, playing with weird things, rubbing it on their bodies, taking pictures with it. Like, they could be coming out about that. There could be some kind of physical evidence, because they were under some kind of delusion. Yeah, they were under some kind of spell. They put themselves under some kind of spell while they were drunk. They were acting out of character. They may not even have remembered half the things they did in this state, because they don't have self-love. And they came across you, somebody who chose to have self-love, that chose not to retaliate, that had divine protection, and they don't understand what that is. What do you desire? You now have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's true desires. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them, they'll rush into your life as if by magic. Yeah, you're a master manifester, and you get everything you want, and things happen for you all the time, and they viewed that as like, why do they get to have all the, why does everything work out for them? Why do they get a divine union? Why this? Why that? Instead of being the masters of their own destiny, spells. They chose to do other magic. They thought you were doing magic to be a master manifester. That's what they thought. And they got some kind of reading on you, and realized you had a divine masculine and a divine union. Some kind of marriage, and they hated that. That really put them on an unstable trajectory, and so they started using magic against you to ruin your life, because they thought that you got magic to have divine flow and to have this path that you're on. They thought you were using magic. So like, well, I'm going to use magic. You're using magic. I'm going to use magic. And you weren't using magic at all. You don't do magic. And I highly recommend that you don't do it. Because once you achieve Christ consciousness, magical things happen, miraculous things, because you're matching divine energy. And it's not spells, it's just synchronicities. It's just matching the frequency of abundance, of love. Things will happen magically on their own. You don't have to do anything. They dared to do things differently than you. They were wild. They wanted to manifest their dreams, and they wanted to be better than you. They hated your confidence. They hated how loyal you are. They hated that you had friends, that you had family that thought you were a treasure, and they hated the idea of you being more powerful than them. That's crazy, because they're a narcissist. And you know your worth. And they didn't want you to be worthy. Okay. How can we heal it? How can we heal it? Thank you, Spirit, for giving us the messages. How can we heal it? Success in reverse. It's not about competition. Success isn't measured by how better you are than somebody else. Success is measured by the amount of fulfillment you have in your life, the amount of happiness. Success isn't measured by how much stuff you have, how powerful you are, what you can do to ruin other people's lives. That's not a way to measure success. If this started with your sibling, but they all matched this energy, and that's why they were all susceptible to the energy manipulation against you, and it became an obsession because they didn't understand that the curse, that they curse themselves by having this negative mindset, by doing these spells, by acting out in this way, by hating on somebody who was just put there for them to understand themselves. You answered the call, and these people did not. Okay, so success is not something that God's looking at as being better than someone. What's successful to God is the choices you make. Are you going to hate on that person, or are you going to use that person to help you see the things that you need to work on? The choices you make. That's what God's looking at. That's what God's measuring you by. Success, what you have, the money you have, none of that matters to God. God does not give a shit about how powerful you are. These people should have accepted people should have accepted what was in front of them instead of rejecting you. They should have trusted that you are on your own path and they're on yours, and that everything works out, and that they didn't need to touch anything. They didn't need to alter anything, that they were in a delusion. They couldn't accept that you were in a state of self-love, because they're not. They need to accept that that's what they need to work on in order to get out of this. And it could be many cycles. They did a lot. There's a group of people that came against you that cursed themselves. Now they're stuck in this negative mindset, and if they really want to get out of it, they need to start working on themselves and stop focusing on you. I love you so much, Collective. I hope it helps.